Hello and good evening. This is Doc Severson for the ReadySetCrypto OMNIA newsletter market update for Tuesday, the 5th of May, Cinco de Mayo. So what do we have here? Range expansion goes to range contraction for BTC. We're staying well within that envelope of the expected move for the end of May. However, this is not going to last for very much longer. Typically, a consolidation like this, similar to what we saw back here, will lead to some form of breakout pretty soon. Now, the way that we can evaluate that is to go and throw on the RSI Laguerre with embedded fractal energy study, which will come up here in just any second now. Here it comes. And what it's showing right now is that it still needs a little bit more time in the oven, because we have still an exhausted fractal down here. Now, this should start to turn up very quickly, and will do so, especially once it gets rid of this big green candle, which is throwing the linearity way off. So it's comprised of the last 13 samples, and you can see that a big chunk of this is that one-day wonder that we had. Well, we're consolidating underneath this. If we kind of zoom back out of this big pattern that we have talked about, that is all the former highs in this descending pattern. So we're consolidating in here, basically setting up a bull flag. Now, there's two ways that this is going to play out. The one way is going to be as if we see this, we could actually see this breakout above here. And even though that seems to be the most direct way for this to go, I think this is the way that everybody is sort of hoping and assuming it's going to go. My way of thinking, and this is going to be opposite, hopefully, to everybody else, is going to be that it would actually be better to see this coil up and then break to the downside first. This, I believe, would create the maximum effect of kind of pulling back on that rubber band and slingshotting this thing. So this is almost how I hope that this plays out, because I've seen this pattern work so very well in the past. Now, this has nothing to do with the halving. I think the halving is already priced into this. And as we've talked about lately, it seems like after the halving, people all of a sudden figure out, hey, wait a minute, there's only half the supply now available. Whoa. And I think it gets them afterwards, because that's what we've seen in the chart before, is really up to that event, not much is happening. And it's only after that that people kind of put two and two together and figure out that something has changed about the supply-demand equation. Not much else here to talk about. The Bitcoin dominance is still rising right now, so this is obviously something we want to keep an eye on. Really nothing else is moving of any mention one way or the other, so we will continue to watch the big B here and take our cues from that for the rest of the market. That is it for today's report. Thanks for listening. We will see you tomorrow.